You've reached space for the soul. You'll be left with no doubt these are real, said a former member of the Pentagon's Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program, also called ATIP, on a recent news podcast. This official investigated everything with the highest clearance in this area. For trustworthy folks entrenched in the UFO subject, the secret government esoteric materials, first released online on Friday, May 8th, seemed more like a test to gauge the public's readiness for what's coming. Think of slow disclosure this way. You've arrived at the ocean. It is one of the last days of summer. The timing makes the water temperature unreliable. It is either soothing, chilly, or something in between, but you won't know until you dip your toe in the water. Your next move will be influenced by how well you can deal with the unexpected. In essence, the government cares about how you handle the discomfort. If the water is uncomfortable, does the motivation you got in one last dip before it was too late overpower any shock to your system? If it's cold, the initial bite will wear off quickly, and within seconds, you're swimming, enjoying yourself. Essentially, the toes of humanity are being tipped into a cold but informational ocean. It is our pop quiz. That ocean is alleged to be a treasure trove of materials documenting the existence of UFO and ET for 80 years. The first drop released 160 items, such as newly declassified UFO documents, assets, and film from astronauts and military personnel who have had encounters. And congrats, you passed the test. Society didn't freak out by the multi-agency declassified archive. No anti-Trump related protests. No picketing occurred. Religions didn't crumble. The president made the right call. People were interested, and he would be the first president to give us access. While some may find the first UFO archive release underwhelming, I heard from at least 3 intelligence officials this week, with the highest clearance on the subject of UFOs and aliens, that the best evidence is yet to come. The disclosure plan is named PURSUE, for the Presidential Unsealing and Reporting System for UAP Encounters. Nice acronym. With no heads up, the first big data dump was on Friday afternoon, the 8th of May, 2026, an official push to find, declassify, and release unresolved UAP records to the public. It's run by the Department of War, the White House, Office of the Director of National Intelligence, All Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, NASA, the FBI, and more archive teams and other agencies such as State and the Department of Energy. And yes, you can browse it yourself at war.gov/UFO. No clearance needed. Here's the key. PURSUE isn't a one-and-done data dump. It's rolling. New tranches drop every few weeks as files are found and cleared. How many total? There's no fixed number. The archive spans dozens of agencies. Tens of millions of records, a lot of it on paper. So, is this UFO disclosure? Not exactly. According to early reporting on Dump 1, there's no evidence of confirmed contact with extraterrestrials. What you do get is context, primary sources you can read and watch yourself. In Tranche 1, there are over 160 files, military reports, pilot accounts, witness interviews, memos, photos, about 41 minutes of videos, most in infrared. Example, a pilot describing a triangular metallic UAP at 25,000 feet over the Mediterranean, a target near Greece pulling multiple 90-degree turns around 80 miles an hour. A football-shaped object in the Indo-Pacific. FBI infrared stills over the western U.S. in late 2025. A composite sketch of a bronze ellipsoid object materializing from bright light 130 to 195 feet long, then vanishing. Even the original 1947 memo warning reporting excessive UFO sightings near base. NASA-era material might grab you most. Apollo 12 photos with odd shapes in space. Apollo 17 photos with odd shapes in space. Gemini 7, chatter about a bogey. Harrison Schmitt describing bright, tumbling particles that looked like the 4th of July. What's next? Rumors say a June drop will focus on USO's incredible underwater UFO encounters. The second tranche is expected by May 22. Some scientists think the public may finally see compelling submerged object cases. These files, hidden behind classifications, have long fueled justified speculation, and it's time the American people see it for themselves, said Secretary of War Pete Hegseth in a statement. If you're curious, pick a file and decide what you think. That's the point. Thanks for watching.